Hello everyone. Today I'm going to start narrating the play written by the famous playwright William Shakespeare, that is the story of King Lear. I hope you'll enjoy the story. By 2 or 3 online sessions, I'll be completing this story. So let's start without wasting a single minute. King Lear. King Lear, the gaunt old King of Britain, was a striking figure with his great stature and hoary beard and hair. But he had reigned long and was growing weary of the cares of his kingdom. He resolved, therefore, to give up his title and spend the rest of his days in quiet, peace, and retirement. Lear had 3 daughters named Goneril, Regan, and Cordelia. And he decided to divide his realm among them, having no son to succeed him. So he called them to him in turn to find out how much each of them loved him, for he was very fond of them. First he questioned the eldest, Goneril, who was the wife of the Duke of Albany. She answered at once that she loved her father more than she could say, beyond all else, as much as her own life. In fact, as much as any daughter could possibly love her father. The old king was pleased with Goneril's reply, and pointing to a map spread out before him, drew his finger round a third of his possession, means 1/3 of his empire, making her ruler of it, as an inheritance for herself and her heirs forever. The second daughter, Regan, the wife of the Duke of Cornwall, was then called, and seeing that her sister's answer had pleased her father, she pretended that she loved him still more. I love you quite as much as Goneril, she said, and even more, for my sole happiness lies in loving you and nothing else. To her too, then the king gave 1/3 of his kingdom, another 1/3. Last of all came the turn of Cordelia, the youngest. She knew that her sisters had lied to the old man and did not love him as they had pretended, but had only said so to get a share of the kingdom. Now Cordelia loved her father with a true and deep affection, and she was his favorite child. But when her father turned to her and said, "What can you say, Cordelia?" she replied, "Nothing." For she had been sickened at hearing her sister's lying flatteries and thought that mere words did not show real love at all. The king was astonished at her answer. "Nothing will come of nothing," he replied sternly. But Cordelia only said that she loved her father with all the love which was his due, and could love him no more and no less. She was very sincere, but King Lear was angry at her reply. "Mend your speech a little, Cordelia," he said, "lest you mar your fortunes." She, however, could not make great profession of love for him like her sisters, and said, "I am your child, and you have brought me up and cared for me. That same loving care I give you in return. I obey you, love you, and honor you. But I cannot say, like Goneril and Regan, that I can always love you more than anyone else. For if I had a husband, he would have much of my love, and I could not give it all to my father as my sisters, who are married already. Say then, say they can give it. Now King Lear was by nature a hasty, quick-tempered man, and his daughter's words made him furious. Perhaps because of his old age, he could no longer distinguish between what was false and what was true. Sternly reproaching Cordelia for being so heartless, he disinherited her, saying that he could no longer count her a daughter of his. The third part of his kingdom, which he had set apart for her, he divided instead between Goneril and Regan. Summoning the Dukes of Albany and Cornwall, husbands of Goneril and Regan, before him, he solemnly made over to each of them a half of his kingdom. For himself, he said, he would keep the name and royal state of a king and 100 knights to attend him, and would live by turns with one or other of his daughters. But Albany and Cornwall were to rule his kingdom between them, and as a sign that he was giving up his power, he took off his crown and presented it to the two dukes. When the courtiers saw the aged king disown the daughter who loved him dearly and divide her share of the kingdom between the other two, they were amazed. But only one of them dared to speak on Cordelia's behalf. This was the Earl of Kent, a noble man of a plain and honest character, who had understood at once how insincerely the elder sisters had spoken. When he heard the king condemn the daughter who loved him most, he began to protest, but the king checked him angrily. But afterwards he came forward and boldly warned the old man that he had rewarded those who flattered him and punished the most loving and truthful of his daughters. A wise and just king, he said, would have done just the opposite. But Kent's plain speaking brought the king's wrath upon his head. "You are banished," said King Lear, "from the kingdom. If after 16 days you are found in my dominion, you shall suffer death." As Kent turned to say farewell, he asked the protection of heaven for Cordelia and said he hoped the other sisters would show in deeds all the love they professed. I'll stop it today and I'll complete this whole story in 3 to 4 online sessions. Hope to see you again in my next online session, that is tomorrow, with the continuity of this story. Thank you.